set of tracks, which I call a trail, tells a lot of stories. It's really interesting to well, you see, for instance, very clearly if somebody throws away something. If you're walking and you throw away something, you will see that in the tracks. So I'm just going to walk a little bit and throw this piece of ice to the left of me. Just walking. And all of a sudden I'm going to throw that. Well, probably wasn't a nice footage, but let's see what happened. So I'm back at the beginning. Let's see what happened. Hope you can see it. Normal steps. Obviously, here I threw the thing. And now, of course, all this is very clear because of the snow. But let's look a bit closer at what actually happened. It's really hard to see. There are tracks, sorry. If you would measure the stride, and that is the distance between every step, they are quite the same usually. When you walk on the same kind of ground, they will be quite the same. And a very exciting thing which happens here. This is before I throw. About 1 or 2 steps, 2 steps before I actually throw, you see that stride is shorter. That's called an indicator step. Someone went in my mind. An indication step can be that it's a longer step size, a longer stride. You can understep or overstep. In this case, I was understepping. And that's just because I'm going to do something. I'm going to change something. Well, apparently I was going to throw something. So you see that thing is already a bit weird. And here you see my foot is dragging. The pitch increases. And that's quite typical. The pitch will increase quite a lot in the direction you throw something. What is also quite typical when you do throw something is that you will overstep in the next step. That one. That stride is much longer. And then from here it turns into normal again. So you're wondering, why would you overstep? Well, you have a certain speed here. And while you're throwing, you're kind of standing still. And then you pick up the speed again. You see this in this track. There's quite a lot of pressure against the wall, and there is a lot of stuff happening to pick up that speed again that you lost while throwing. You might actually think that my track is a bit weird because I am wearing like barefoot shoes. I only have like 4 millimeters of sole here, and they're 0 drop. And I really love that. I have these old shoes. Wait a minute, I will show you. Those. Yeah. They are really worn out now. I've been using them a whole summer and also in the winter. So, and now I'm walking on the road, but I usually use them in the wilderness. So yeah, that took some beating. But I really love walking on barefoot shoes, especially when I'm in the woods and in the mountains and so on. I like to feel everything. Even the cold. It's really nice to feel that cold. You shouldn't get cold feet, but it is nice to feel the cold. Actually, I will show you another little track. I will show you the difference between the fox walk and the normal gait of a human. Right. So here you see both of them. Started about here. That is the normal. That is me. Well, for me this is normal. For me this is a bit more abnormal. I'm so used to fox walking that I do that all the time. But yeah, like I said, the feet are positioned in a straight line. I'm not falling into the steps. I'm actually putting down my foot on the side of the foot. And so on. But the normal one, this is where I walk normal. Immediately you see there is a bit of more straddle being the distance between the steps. There is a bit more pitch as well. Pitch is like the angle. Think Charlie Chaplin. But most notably is the impact, the energy. You see there is a lot more happening in the snow here. Obviously this makes a lot more noise. It's much more intrusive. And this is not how Aboriginal people go. You can't find a single one in the world, a real hunter-gatherer, that walks in this way, that we have seemed to adopt it. Because we're actually falling into these steps with a lot of energy. And if there would be a hole or something soft or something under it, yeah, too bad. We are committed to take that step and we will be falling. That's why we need such expensive shoes, so that we don't break our ankles and so on. It's much easier and much cheaper to just learn how to walk properly, like here. So.